gonna give you what you asking for. Naturally yours, but educate the most. Hottest in the game, here to put you on. Come learn this business, welcome to Twinness. Alternative gonna give you what you asking for. Naturally yours, but educate the most. Hottest in the game, here to put you on. Come learn this business, welcome to Twinness. But glad you're tuning in on the latest tips. Alternative salon, keep your head lit. And naturally yours, got your custom fit. T-shirt and Tanika, keep your wig drip. TNT, double up the impact, call it Twinness. Hottest hairstylist in the business. Keeping topics fresh for your listening. Black owned woman independent. Like fishes hold it down on your imaging. Whether professional or apprenticeship. Showing culture love just to get you right. Black is beautiful, always shining bright. Alternative gonna give you what you asking for. Naturally yours, but educate the most. Hottest in the game, here to put you on. Come learn this business, welcome to Twinness. Alternative gonna give you what you asking for. Naturally yours, but educate the most. Hottest in the game, here to put you on. Come learn this business, welcome to Twinness.
Hello.
Hello.
Tisha McDonald here.
Who?
Tisha McDonald.
Oh, I didn't hear you. This is Tanika Gillard. How are you?
I am good.
Okay.
There's a little feedback. Is your phone on?
No, I turned down my phone and I turned down let me turn down my thing a little bit more. Is that better?
Yeah, it might be my end. I'm going to check my volume and see if my volume is too high. Anyway, talk to me.
Nothing much, Tia. I want to say happy holidays to everyone who's tuning in. It's the season, as you see from my background. So happy holidays. This is the week, I guess.
Yes. Happy holidays. I'm wearing my little red today for, because Saturday is Christmas.
Yep. And you stole my son, but that's okay.
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah, it is a plus. It'll just be me, my daughter, and my dog. But today, we're just going to talk about inspiration. And inspiration could come from anywhere, You could be an inspiration. You could be inspired by something, or you could be inspired by something someone said, be inspired by, something in nature. So there's many ways that a person can be inspired.
True indeed. So many times, like yesterday, one of my clients said, Tisha, you're inspirational and motivational. And I was like, thank you, because we're always doing something. I was actually telling her that we are now streaming on Roku at Voice of Promise. And I was giving her the information and she was like, that's so inspirational. You're so inspirational. Your stories are da-da-da. And she was congratulating us and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how that happened. So you can watch us live on Roku streaming at Voice of Promise TV.
Yes. I get that a lot too, T. I think just everything that I do, that people are inspired by that. So I had a student earlier, a former student, couldn't get my word out, former student. She was a phlebotomy student. She's in nursing school now. And she had posted how this semester really took her down and through there, or almost took her out. And I inboxed her, I was like, but it didn't, but it didn't. Let's move on to the next semester. And she was like, thank you. You're such an inspiration. I think she remembers that I was in school when I was teaching her. So I was working, I was teaching, I was in school. So, and I think that inspired a lot of my students, because I was in my late 40s when I went back into school. And if I could do it with a family, with the business and working, then you could do it. You have no excuses. You young, you're smart. Some of you still live at home. And so I think that's it, so.
It's that. And then, Tanika, we're near almost 50. We are 48 years old. And I think that is also what's inspiring for me with my young people that come into the salon, as well as the older ones that come, because we just don't stop moving. And sometimes people will say, oh, you do too much, or where do you find the time? And then I'm like, well, you make the time for what you think is important, so that can be inspiring. But also when you come in, it's all positive stuff. We're not talking negativity. And anytime someone walks in and says, well, how are you doing? Usually my response is, I'm awesome, or I'm great, or whatever. It's never oh, ho hum, But like today, just now, when you just asked what's going on, we have a little bit of a problem. My daughter is supposed to be flying out of the country, and it seems like it might not happen. Oh. So that's where I am today. And I'm just praying that things will work out. So I might get a call as we are on this live. It's a very important call. I'm trying to work things out. So pray for me, guys. Pray for me. She's very disappointed. She would be very disappointed to not be able to go.
Yeah, I understand that.
But even in this, I'm still being positive. I'm texting her saying, Ray, there's 24-hour places that we can do it. Even if you push the date back 2 days or 3 days, we can still get it done. So I'm even staying positive with that.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because she's right there with Dad,
Yes.
So that's my thing. It's like this.
And that's the thing that's inspirational. It's don't give up. You still have a few days. And the plus with this situation is that I said, your dad has 2 more weeks off. Even if he pushes it back 2 days, he still has 2 weeks. His mom is retired. She could go at any time. Don't unpack. So she's concerned that he has reservations already in another country. But I said, you know what? He could cancel the first reservation, and maybe y'all will pick it up at the second location where you're going to be. So at the same time, I'm still being positive. I'm still being inspirational. And I'm teaching her not to just give up just because, one door shuts. Keep going, because, there might be another door that opens.
I thought about that earlier today. Totally different with the vehicle. That y'all are watching Twin-ness, and we're keeping it light and lively for the holidays. We're talking about being inspired, being inspirational to others, and being inspired. And so today I have the wheelchair accessible vehicle, and I don't know why that inspired me. I just was inspired by it because I felt like, how do you get inspired by a vehicle? But people kept turning me down. Different companies was like, no, you don't qualify. No, you're going to need this and that and the other, giving me the ringer. But the inspiration came from Mom. And it was like to keep on going. Don't worry about it. Don't turn your head to the no, just keep going. And so that was inspiring for me. And now we have the vehicle, and to just be able to push her in and pull her out. Yeah, it takes some work, you guys, but to go from no, we're not going to finance you, to someone actually saying yes, that is inspiring and motivational. And we know it's the end of the year, going into the next year. We talk about your vision board, but I had this particular, I didn't have a particular car. I said this or something better. I knew I wanted it to be a green vehicle with beige interior. I knew that. I said, because it got to be green, because we soldiers. Ray has to go to so many doctor's appointments and stuff. And so I'm like, we soldiers, it got to be green. I don't want black. I don't want white. I don't want gray. It has to be green. And so I knew what I had seen in wheelchair accessible vehicles. So I was like, that or something better, and so that's been on my vision board for maybe 3 years. And so when we finally got it, I was really excited, and it was my color, and it was better than what I expected.
Nice. So, like inspiration can come from anywhere. Like example, I am a mentor, and one of my mentees just got a deal with Oscar De La Renta. Was I an inspiration for her? Yes, I was an inspiration. I was what did I just say? A mentor. We're still friends and everything like that. And so, when you are positive for somebody else's, accomplishments, it still comes back to you,
Absolutely.
And so you got to be happy for others. And my client this morning and I were talking about something like that, but we weren't talking about that. She was saying, that there's so much negativity out there because it's like a situation where her and her mom don't really speak that well. And she said she just had to cut out the negativity. Every time you speak to her, according to her, mom is always negative, or always has something negative to say. And she's like, I get tired of being dragged down. I don't want to be dragged down all the time. Can you come to me with something positive? Can you come to me with something, more, So we also got to be careful of our conversations. I don't want to speak to you if every time I speak to you, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Talk to me sometimes when you don't have a problem, when life is up. I don't want you to drag me down, because you do have those Debbie Downers who will drag you down every chance they get because they never have anything positive to say.
And I think I did end the friendship like that because I was the one, the downer. Rain was just new, and I kept having problems after problems. And I think that I was a burden to her. But now I'm in a better place, and we still speak, we still friends and everything. But I realized within myself that I'm the one, because I was having so many issues with her. So anytime she would call, it would be something of, I don't know what to do because, but now, but we still communicate, but we're not friends, but we still communicate. But I realized that I was the one with the heavy burden at that time. So I try not to be that now.
Yeah, see, it was good that you were able to see that it was you that was the downer. A lot of times people don't realize that they are the downer.
Yeah. Y'all are watching Twinness with Tisha and Tanika. We are on Roku now at Voice of Promise on Roku TV, streaming live. So we're just talking about what inspires you. What inspires you? Some people get inspired by art. Sometimes I'll see something and because I'm a creative, and get inspired to do something similar, but not exactly as that. Even with doing hair, people are coming up now with new creative ways to add hair or do designs and stuff like that. So it's really, really a great time now with the creatives and being inspired by something else,
Yeah,
I think
one of my clients came in today, and she crochets, and so she was asking me, Tisha, have you been doing anything? And I was like, no, I haven't been doing anything yet lately. I still have this Disney blanket, and lo and behold, I looked at the blanket today, and I'm like, you know what? I have time. I can do a few rows on this. So now I'm inspired to go ahead and pick up my hook again and do a couple of rows. I'm not going to pick it up daily, but that was like kind of inspiring. Like, Tisha, when was the last time you picked up your hook? So it's like an encouraging nudge, get back with it, but I really honestly have just not had the time to do it. But you know what? Again, you make the time for what's important. This blanket has been sitting here. I love the pattern. It's a very complicated pattern, so I do need to concentrate when I'm doing it. And it's like I can't do it if my house is very busy
chaos
and active, and I need to be in a space where all the yarn can just be out, because it's a lot of yarn, it's a lot of colors. So that was kind of inspiring as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking of music. Like sometimes, oh, hey, LP. Sometimes I'm inspired just by music. Sometimes I'm so tired, and I'm an easy girl, so I like jazz. So I'll just turn that on, and it really smooths me out, gets me to get done with everything that I have to get done. And so music is an inspiration for me, So, and then, recently, to be honest, I like Maroon 5. And so I've been listening to their music and listening to the lyrics and really understanding what he's talking about, like really, and feeling that, like, yeah, but I think that a lot of times when people are down or something like that, that's when they listen to the lyrics of the words. They like the song, but then they really get into the lyrics. But, of course, gospel music is always inspirational, unless you remember Daddy Mays would say, coming up on the rough side. That's not really inspiring, like
yes.
on the rough side, not that a mountain is going to be smooth, but that's not an encouraging song at all. But
that's true when you think about it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So anyway, so
So
yes, I've been listening to my music and listening to the lyrics, just simple stuff like that
it
is
is funny that you
inspirational.
mentioned that because this morning as I was driving into work, um, talking about inspiration and music, um, there's a song with Tasha Cobbs and Nicki Minaj, right? So I had read the scripture this morning and I was like, it was three rappers that came to me. It was Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, and Big Sean. I'm like, believe it or not, they know the scriptures, but they're like in the shadow, but they
Hmm.
know it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
when you listen to some of the lyrics of the words, it's like because with Sean, Big Sean, it was blessings on blessings. That was one of
Hmm.
his songs, blessings on blessings. And I'm like, this boy, he is really like sometimes disrespectful in his music, but once you listen to the lyrics of some of his songs that and that's what I'm
Bible.
saying. And some
Hmm.
of the songs, when you listen to the lyrics of Nicki Minaj, she knows some of these
Hmm.
scriptures, and so the young people don't even put two and two together, and I even know with the Drake one when he said whatever,
Hmm.
he said something, but yeah. So I was just like, yeah, that was kind of inspirational to me this morning, just thinking like these rappers be knowing their stuff,
Hmm.
but just like undercover.
But I think with them, because LP is on here, he's a gospel rapper, but I think that okay, LP is on here. And so of course they have to be well-rounded anyway, whether because I seen a video with him dancing, like battling this girl in a neighborhood, and I'm like, okay, so he's gonna be on her level, but she outdid him. She
Okay.
outdid. He had to bow out to her, but
Okay.
so I think that him and like Alex, they have to be well-rounded. You can't just be one-minded, and I
This
think
is
that
true.
that's what really helps them. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, how you know about this, that, and the other. So
Tanika,
you
and talking
guys,
about music, I know we just going on and on about the music, but because it is inspirational. Sometimes you get up and you dance. Music makes you move.
mm-hmm,
Um, but country music too. So the other day I had this young girl. She was she's not a young girl. She's 20 now. I've been doing her
mm-hmm,
for 12
mm-hmm,
years. She's 20 now.
mm-hmm,
So Tanika,
mm-hmm.
she's in love with like old school country music, like Dolly
Okay,
Parton and stuff. But
uh-huh,
some of the younger country music came on, and
uh-huh,
when you listen to like Taylor Swift, she started out really country, but now she's pop.
mm-hmm.
So when you listen to some of the words, they always have some kind of story. Sometimes it's a drunk story, sometimes
Yeah,
it's a heartbreak story,
yeah.
sometimes it's just an upbeat story. But when you listen to and a lot of people sleep on country music, like people, oh, I can't do country
I
music.
don't. I
But
still
when
like my
you listen
old.
to the words of country music, they really have a story. It's not like the R&B today where it's always bumping and grinding and it's always
Mhm.
sex, or the hip hop is always sex. When you listen to country music, and sometimes they are busting out windows in your car and they key in your car and all of that, but it's always a story to country music, and they take it from the beginning to the end. I just think
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I like country too, T. I do like country. So anyway, you guys are watching Twinness. We're just keeping it light and lively this evening, talking about things, you being an inspiration, things that are inspiring to you. That's all. We just talking tonight, you
Yes,
guys.
and what makes you inspirational? Because for us, well, okay, for me, like you see me, right?
Yes.
So, when people come in and they see me, it's always this.
Hmm.
I'm always happy to see you. Hi, how you doing?
Hmm.
Today
Hmm.
was a great day. Even sometimes if it's not that great of a day, because you never know who you're picking up. So
Yeah.
you might come in with a whole hum story, and by talking to me, because I am kind of motivational,
Okay.
um, it will pick you up. It'll make you
Mhm.
lighter. And sometimes you just need to get out of that
Right.
headspace of
Yeah.
where you are. And sometimes someone else can take you out of that headspace and put you in a better place.
Yeah. A lot of times people ask me, how am I doing? And y'all know Nikki stays on tired. I am chronically fatigued. But for me, it's like I love everything I do. I'm tired, but I'm not tired of the work that I'm doing. I'm just physically tired, but I'm mentally aware and I'm really, really good. I'm just a little sleepy, tired, but for the most part. And then, you know, yeah, like my supervisor sent me a text message earlier this week, and I was so happy because I was out for 2 months, and she sent me a message saying, your assessments really look good. And for my supervisor to say that, it inspires me, of course, to do even more and to
It's
go
very
harder.
encouraging.
You're very encouraging. But, I do the best that I can because I know that this population that I serve, they need the best, and so for her to acknowledge my work, I'm ready to keep going, no matter how tired I am. And I say the same thing with my daughter. I've been working all day, and now she got to have a bath and da 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 da. I'm encouraged, and I feel like sometimes it's just like, thank you, God, for allowing me to do this for her. Sometimes it's just like, I'm thankful to be able to do this for her. And I've been that way before. I was ill, and still now. I get tired, yes, but I'm always grateful that I am able to do for her, because one day I won't be able to do for her.
That is such a twist. That is such a twist to that, Nikki. That is such a twist. And I hope that that's inspiring to someone listening now, to be thankful to be able to do for her, because you sometimes we also take it for granted that we can do for ourselves, and we don't consider that those that can't do for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I know she can't turn and stuff. So I'm like, come on, let's turn, let's wash, let's do, and I'm grateful that I have the energy to do it and that I am able to do it,
Yeah.
But I've always been that way, even though I get tired, but I'm still encouraged to keep going. And so someone that inspired me this week, I won't mention her name, but she was just saying that, God gives you the grace to do this. She was like, I don't know if I can do it. And a lot of people say that to me. I don't know if I could do what you do and all that you do, but God gave you the grace to do all that you do, just like God gave you the grace, T, with all your kids to do what you do, to travel back and forth, on a highway. The grace is given to you for whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? For whatever you need. And so, we talked about that, and that how when it's time to sit down, he'll make you sit down. So I was sick for those that period of time, but it was probably time to reset. But I'm still back 100% doing the same thing I was doing before I got sick. So I'm gonna have to figure that part out. But
LP, are you talking about Can We Talk the Can We?
Yes.
Kevin Campbell song?
Yes.
Yes, that was a great song.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's still on, but yes.
I'm not sure. But yes, okay. You were saying something. I'm sorry. I saw that comment and then it threw me off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Tisha, he's been bringing it to the shop all week. He's been posting videos about trying to get people to sing.
Oh
it's a Kevin Campbell challenge. Can We Talk challenge out?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I've been singing that song. It's been in my head just because he started it.
Please, Walter sent me a YouTube video of him live singing it. He still sounds good.
Yeah.
Still sounds good. This is the Twinness, Tisha and Tanika. We're just talking, keeping it light for the holiday season. Want to say Merry Christmas because we will see you next Sunday, the day after Christmas, actually. So we're just keeping it light and lively. How are you an inspiration to others? So Tanika, on Facebook this week, I shared the post. I can't remember. Was it Maria Thompson? She tagged me in a post, and it was about being in magazines. And
I saw that.
Yes. One of the stylists that she was featuring, she was saying that she needed to get rid of all of these magazines because she has so many. She's been in so many, but it's time to throw them away. So my comment, and then she tagged me in the post, and I was like, Maria Thompson is very high.
Mm-hmm.
She's very high in the industry. For her to even recognize me, that was very inspirational. Yes. Because when those magazines were out, I don't want to say a nobody, but I was not known. So for her to even tag me in the post, I felt honored, so that was very inspiring. But I put in that post, I am not getting rid of my magazines. I will keep these magazines. And I do miss the print magazines. It's not the same digitally. And even though I've been in Essence twice digitally, who sees that? Nobody sees that,
Yeah.
So Yeah, I was just inspired. That was just like very encouraging, for her to recognize me. I was just so happy about that this week.
You never know who's watching, T. You
You
never know.
never
And
know who's watching.
that's why you got to keep going. When you get tired or when you just want to give up, you never know who's watching. I get that all the time. Excuse me, all the time.
And that's why you got to be careful. Like when my daughter was in cheerleading, they will always say something like, I have to paraphrase, you never know about the cheerleader behind you. Like your actions gotta speak for the cheerleaders behind you because you're a role model for those younger
Oh,
cheerleaders.
yeah.
So the older cheerleaders had to be respectful and this and that because you have the younger cheerleaders that's following behind you. So they always were aware that they had the little ones' eyes watching them.
Mhm.
So, I thought that was a great way to teach the cheerleaders how to behave,
Yeah.
because the little ones are watching.
Yes. You guys are watching Twinness. I'm Tanika Gillard, and we got Tisha McDonald here. We're going to say happy holidays, and thank you for joining us tonight. We're also on Roku at Voice of Promise TV. Streaming live. So if y'all have any questions, because we're going into the new year, and y'all know y'all love to ask us questions, inbox us after the show. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and do that. And if y'all have any topics y'all think want to discuss, want us to discuss, go ahead and put that in there. We have some great guests coming up in 2022. And so, just let us know if there's something specific you have.
Yes. I am so excited for 2022. We always have a good time on this show, actually. And yeah, I can't wait, So people are winding down now because we're about to end, guys, but people are winding down. I just went to like a strip mall. Oh my God, it was so crowded. And all the malls are crowded because this is the last weekend to do Christmas shopping. I have done 0.
Well, I don't do Christmas shopping, so I'll be sending some cash apps out, but that's it.
That works too.
Yeah, that's all I do, and that's it.
All right, guys, we want to say thank you for watching. We will be back next Sunday. But again, next Sunday, we're just going to keep it light. It's the end of the year. And we just want to keep it just light and lively for you guys. And then we'll get into some heavy conversations come the new year because we have to bring back From Foster Care to Fabulous. And so that will be in the new year. But right now, for these last couple of weeks, we just want to say thank you. We appreciate you watching and supporting us. And we will see you next Sunday, 6 p.m.
Y'all stay safe.
Yes.